for the mark, for the prize of the high calling of God in Jesus our Lord. For the sake of the call, I am laying down my all. No turning back, moving straight ahead. I'm on the right track, and it's all for the sake of the call. He's calling you, and he's calling me. Will you lay down your all? No turning back, moving straight ahead. Stay on the right track, and it's all for the sake of
Middle Georgia. WDDO 980 AM is proud to welcome NAACP President Gwinnett Middlebrooks and Vice President Willie Dumas for their weekly broadcast every Monday from 4 until 5 p.m. on The Glory, 980 AM.
All right. Good afternoon, Middle Georgia. Good afternoon, Macon. Good afternoon, Perry. Good afternoon, Warner Robins. Good afternoon, Fort Valley. Good afternoon, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Live, Periscope Live, Twitter Live. You are on with Don. You're tuned into 980 AM, and it is 1:15 on Thursday. That means that it is time for Think About It Thursday. Yes, Think About It Thursday. And today, Prodigal Son, behavioral and mental health specialist, is going to do our Think About It Thursday for us. All right, got a segment for you. I'm going to just go ahead and play that segment so that you can hear what Think About It Thursday is all about today. Okay, here we go with our Think About It Thursday segment.
You know, one of my favorite personal mantras is everything happens the way God intends it to happen. In Proverbs 19:21, it says, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. It is only natural for us to have plans for our lives, right? We all have hopes, dreams. We all have ambition and goals that we want to accomplish. In fact, I can almost guarantee you got some big plans you're probably working on right now while you're listening to this. And if you don't, I can also guarantee you somebody else is working on some big plans for your life, right? My grandmother used to always say the devil is always busy. But the truth of the matter is God's plans are the only plans that shall stand. Nothing or no one can hinder his will, his purpose, or his plans for our lives. It goes on to say later in that same passage, and I'm going to paraphrase here, if you have faith in God, you don't have anything to worry about. So basically, all this worrying about how to make $1 out of 15 cents, or better yet, to borrow a line from one of my favorite songs, how you going to pay your rent when all your money is spent, is completely unnecessary from my vantage point. As a behavioral and mental health specialist, it's true, I'm trained on how to manage stress and ways to reduce anxiety and how to cope with depression. But if I'm being 100% honest, it is my faith and my trust in God that guides my perspective and my approach to managing very challenging and stressful situations. Psalms 37:5 says, commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. We need to put our plans and our dreams for our lives in the hands of the Lord. Know it will not always turn out the way we want it to, or expect it to, or even hope that it will. But the Lord has far greater plans in mind for us in our lives, far beyond anything we could ever hope or imagine. In Proverbs 3:5, it reads, trust the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. We have a very limited and very minuscule perspective about things, right? Especially in the middle of hard times, it is very difficult for us to see the big picture clearly. But if you put your faith and your trust in God, you can be assured that whatever the outcome is, it will only be to benefit you. Philippians 4:6-7 tells us, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your minds in Christ Jesus. As a child of God, why are you sweating the small stuff? Because considering who your Father is, the Alpha and the Omega, meaning all things are resolved through him, trust God to be who he says he is and that he can do what he says he can. There's a certain kind of peace, comfort, or rest and joy that comes with that resolution. Believe me, folks, I've tried it for myself, and I'm speaking from experience. So hear me clearly when I say this. Fear can be one of the most destructive things in a person's life if you choose to give into it. Again, if you choose to give into it. I encourage you to free your mind and let go of fear, let go of anxiety, let go of depression, let go of sadness, hopelessness, helplessness, and loneliness, and to trust God. Why waste your time, your energy, and your effort with the petty trappings of life? Because hard times are coming, that's for sure. And for some of us, we're in the middle of those hard times right now, and that's a fact. The truth is those things are intended to distract us from God's purpose for our lives. You better push the button and activate the power that lives within you, and God is that power source. Revelations 3:20 tells us, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will dine with him and he with me. So basically, you have the person who can right all wrongs in the blink of an eye, waiting patiently, I might add, while you bang your head against the wall trying to figure it out yourself. God is waiting on you to realize nothing happens without his approval, and that whatever happened has been ordained by him and is his will, and it is done with purpose. You know, good, bad, or indifferent, things will happen the way God intended them to happen. So open the door and let that man in so he can fix whatever is messing with your emotional, your mental and physical or spiritual health. You know, what I know for sure is it is God's desire for you to live life to the fullest and for you to have everything your heart desires. But it is the enemy's job to distract you from that by sowing seeds of confusion and chaos, to cloud your judgment and to crush your plans. And he will do that by any means necessary. However, God has designed this very moment and this specific challenge or hardship that you're going to intentionally for you. It is intended to strengthen you, to prepare you, to fortify you for things to come. Things will happen the way they are intended to happen. So on this Think About It Thursday, ask yourself, are your plans in alignment with God's plans? And if they are not, then open the door and have dinner with God and ask him his plans and his will for your life, because God's plans will stand. I encourage you to turn it over to the Lord and let him work it out. This is the Prodigal Son, and I'm out.
All right, that was the Prodigal Son, behavioral and mental health specialist with Things Will Work Out. Okay, I don't know why the volume wasn't as loud as it should be, but I'll make sure that it's available on the website so that you can go back and look at it at any time you want to, and it'll probably play louder for you there. But this is what goes with that right here on 980 AM WDDO.
Yeah. Devil all in the eye. Don't get sick so long. Cause your God died. Don't look at the woman. Look up at the sky. Woman, you sound foolish. Don't sound like nobody. I don't have no doubt. The Lord's gonna work it out. The Lord's gonna work it out. The Lord's gonna work it out. Didn't you work it out? Didn't you work it out? Didn't you work it out? Oh, gave it over to the Lord. He worked it out. Started very long ago. That's when you see the Pharaoh. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Let my people go. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Let my people go. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Let my people go. Pharaoh's heart got hard. Didn't believe in God. Pharaoh's heart got hard. Didn't believe in God. Told him no, no, no. Gonna let your people go. Gonna let your people go. Gonna let your people go. Red Sea, they didn't ride. Water roll up on both sides. Water roll up on both sides. Got it 'cause it didn't come down. The soldiers tried and they drowned. Didn't he work it out? 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 How you gonna pay your rent? All your money's spent. Little bit to buy some food. Baby need a pair of shoes. Little bit to buy some food. Baby need a pair of shoes. But you got a light bill too. You gotta get bill too. You gotta get bill too. Telephone disconnect. Wait till your next paycheck. Hey, what you ought to do? 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 Jesus can see it through. A witness will see it through. I'm a witness will see it through. I'm a witness will see it through. Oh, he can work it out. Oh, he can work it out. Oh, gave it over to the Lord. He worked it out.
All right, that was Dr. Charles G. Hayes in the Cosmopolitan Church and Prayer Choir. Jesus can work it out right here on this Think About It Thursday. Every Thursday at 1:15, we have Think About It Thursday with the Prodigal Son mental health and behavioral specialist, or behavioral and mental health specialist, so that you can actually hear from a professional on things that we need to think about right here on this Think About It Thursday. Yes, our Throwback Thursday, our 1:15 segment is our Think About It Thursday. So every Thursday, you get a little think about it so that you can think about a little something. All right. Got some more good gospel music coming up for you right after these messages right here on 980 AM WDDO.
Glover Memorial Mortuary, located at 3241 House